You can get one Big Mac for 75 cents. One Big Mac, milkshake, shack, Shaquille O'Neal.
He's a chocolate milkshake. In that he's sweet and delicious.
And he's got weird feet.
Welcome back to Real Talks and High Fives Movie Monday. It's the Founder, if you couldn't tell by our bad McDonald's jokes. So, we watched The Founder, starring Michael Keaton. It's about the founder of McDonald's, quote-unquote, founder. So, we're going to go ahead and go into it.
The same joke.
If you don't want any spoilers, well, I guess
We can do it. Well, I liked it.
it's a good movie. It kept me interested.
Michael Keaton, he's a weird character. He had like a lot of weird face things. He like made faces a lot, and he
had a face tattoo.
he didn't have a face. Lil Xan. Yeah, he's just kind of weird. He was really scummy.
Yeah. All right. So, if you
It also had Jimmy Neutron's mom in it.
if you don't want any more spoilers after this point, get out. Go watch it.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix for free if you have a Netflix account, which is not free.
Or you could just steal it from someone.
You could. So yeah, going right into it. The beginning of the movie starts out immediately. I liked it because I think we both had the same feeling with the 1950s aesthetic.
Oh yeah, it's great.
We've talked about this on the show before, where we're both huge fans of like the 1950s aesthetic, and that's when the movie starts taking, or it takes place in the beginning
50s.
In 1954.
Well, I don't think it ever. It doesn't really leave the 50s until like the end of the movie.
Yeah. So it's an interesting movie for sure.
I liked it.
So it starts out the dude. His name is Roy Kroc, or Ray Kroc, Raymond Kroc is his name.
Yeah, sure.
he's like trying to sell
milkshake makers.
Milkshake makers. That's what he does for a living. He tries to sell people things. He's a salesman. And so he was like going to different little like restaurants trying to sell them these milkshake makers, and nobody was having it. And then this place in San Bernardino, California, called McDonald's.
San Bernardino.
I don't know my California cities.
San
Bernardo. But yeah, so they call up and he's like, "Oh, McDonald's," and then he goes, he drives from Illinois to McDonald or to San Bernardino, and
which confused us because we were like, wait, there's already a McDonald's?
Yeah, because I kind of knew the story of McDonald's, but not really. So I was confused. So he goes there and he loves it. The dude gives him a tour, and they buy a bunch of those those milkshake things from it. And soon after that scene where he sees it all, it leads me into one of my first things that I wanted to discuss. Was he takes the two guys who created McDonald's to dinner, and they're explaining the story of how they started. And it felt like a documentary.
Yeah.
And I liked it because they were explaining it. There was like exposition. They were talking. There was voiceover while they were showing like these actual pictures of like the old McDonald's and stuff like that. And it was all like factual information that they were telling.
Well,
it was
probably.
really interesting.
I mean, we didn't check, but
I mean, why would it's a
I'm-
biopic? Why would they be like, oh yeah, this didn't actually happen? But yeah, so I mean, it was really interesting, and there were certain points in the movie where it felt like a documentary,
Yeah, definitely.
rather than a biopic, and I really liked that. It was interesting because it kept me interested in the movie itself. I was really interested in the story of how McDonald's started. Oddly enough, I didn't think that's something I would be crazy interested in.
I mean,
But like the way they told it, they had like energy to them when they were telling.
because they were excited, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
it's their
it was
baby
their-
of
mhm.
sorts. I mean, I'm always interested in the way things start out because I mean, it's McDonald's. There's like 5 McDonald's within like 10 minutes of us.
Exactly. At the end of the movie, they were saying that every day McDonald's feeds 1% of the world's population.
Which is at least like 10 million, 20
That's
million people or
A
something.
lot of people.
Yeah. that's wild.
So it's just like it was really interesting to see how it started. And so basically, this guy Ray Kroc. I don't know why I keep saying Roy.
I honestly, it could be either one. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, Ray Kroc.
I think it might be Roy.
No, because he said Raymond.
Okay, you know
Yeah,
what?
it was his name.
That's right. That's a good idea.
So yeah, he basically he goes in and he partners with these guys, and he's like, I want to franchise it. I want to make it a franchise. And they're like, okay, and they sign a contract with him to make him a franchise or like a franchise owner. And so he takes that and then he starts selling franchise or parts of the franchise, or he starts like helping them branch out and helping them franchise. And they didn't really want to do that, but he basically kind of forced their hand and kind of made them do it because he was an annoying asshole.
Well, yeah, sort of.
So they did it, and they weren't really liking the results, and he wasn't liking the results either. So he was like, I'm just gonna. What did he? Yeah, he wasn't liking the results, so he was like, I'm going to, or this dude, that he met. What was he played by B.J. Novak? He's one of the guys from The Office. He's like a
Harry J. Sonburn.
Yeah, he came in and he was like, oh, how about you just buy the land? That's where all the money is. You buy the land and then you lease it out to franchise owners so you can make more money.
Which, I mean, like, kind of confused me.
It did confuse me a little bit, because I'm not an economist or anything like that, so I don't know anything about that kind of deal. But yeah, so he was basically like, yeah, just buy the land buy the land and then lease it out. And so he did, and he started making a ton of money. And then he started like cutting corners and all this kind of crazy stuff. And basically, in the end, he was worth like millions and millions of dollars. While the people he like broke the contract with the people who started McDonald's, and well, he kind of screwed them over.
Yeah,
like,
and
completely.
like a lot. And I kept expecting for them to be like a moment of realization where he's like, man, I really am an asshole, and I really just screwed these people over. But that did not happen.
No, because that's not how he ended up making a company that feeds 1% of the world's population.
That is very true. But I mean, you just say like it's the human thing, but I guess he was just like, nah.
Yeah, he was just an asshole.
Yeah.
Because like the people that created McDonald's, they went he took the company name from them. He made it like in the end he made it so they couldn't even call if they were to ever start a restaurant again, they couldn't even call it McDonald's, which was their last name in the first place.
Wild.
And then like at the end of in the credits, it said that they where the first McDonald's was, they put up another restaurant called like Big M or something like that, and it went out of business within months because he put a McDonald's right across from it.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah, like that's really not okay. And then he
promised them a 1% royalties.
Yeah, on a handshake basis.
Yeah. So there wasn't actually a contract.
Yeah. And he never gave it to them. And it said that those royalties nowadays would be it was like worth 100 million like a year or something, or was that like a month?
A year.
Yeah.
Yearly
like
100 million.
Yeah. So he really screwed those people over.
Really.
He gave them $1 million each, which I mean back then $1 million was worth. I looked it up back in the 1960s. $1 million was worth about 1 million or 1 million. 8 million. Yeah, that's it.
So I mean, they were well off, but
he still screwed them over horribly.
Yeah.
So another one of the points I wanted to get to was Michael Keaton's acting. I love Michael. I've always been a pretty big Michael Keaton fan.
He's very talented.
He was a really good. Like the only thing I can really recall seeing him in was like Batman. He was in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
He was very good in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Really good in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He's good in everything that he's done. We need to watch Birdman at some point.
Yeah, that won Best Picture one year, didn't it?
I think it did, something like that. But yeah. So Michael Keaton's acting, he, like, you could see him evolve as a character. He started out not like completely sleazy.
You could tell he was a little scummy at the beginning, like he wanted to.
And
was
then
just trying to get money out of a lot of
people.
people.
He played full scumbag at like towards the end, and I don't like. There was just something about his acting. He really played the character very well. He suited the role. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that Michael Keaton's a scummy asshole. I'm sure he's a nice dude. But he definitely was able to play a scummy asshole. What? You like scummy asshole?
Yeah, it just sounds funny. Well, we made a lot of jokes during the movie about him getting fingered.
Yeah, it's really funny. So that's my next point that I wrote down. Is that he was a dick to his wife, and that was really upsetting.
Oh yeah, that was really sad.
Because like his wife was like, she was just like kind of supportive. She was just like, I mean, I just want to be happy. And then he was just like, McDonald's. And then like all of a sudden, like it showed a dinner scene. Then like they were sitting there eating dinner, and he was just like, I want a divorce.
Yeah, and then like he finessed one of the franchise owners' girls.
There was a franchise owner played by Patrick Wilson, from The Conjuring and Watchmen. and he played one of the franchise owners, and he had like a really pretty wife. She was super cute.
She was a cutie. Yeah.
She was like blonde, had that 50s aesthetic. But yeah, so he was like looking at her across the restaurant, and he was like, oh, like thinking like, oh, she's so pretty. And then like at that point we were like, wait, don't you have a wife,
yeah.
dude?
Aren't you married?
That was before the divorce scene. And then he gets a divorce with her, and then like towards the end of the movie, you see that he finessed that dude's girl.
Like straight
up. Because it fast forwarded to 1970 when he's like going to like this fancy dinner to give an acceptance speech. He lives in Beverly Hills. He's got a mansion, and he's like looking in the mirror, rehearsing his speech at the end of the movie. And he looks, and like she comes up behind him, and like they're married. And I'm just like, what? Yo.
Yeah, we were both like, yo, he got it.
He finessed his chick. So I mean, it was weird.
He clapped them cheeks.
He probably, yeah.
They didn't have any kids though.
They didn't. But yeah, his first wife looked like Jimmy Neutron's mom, so we kept making jokes about that throughout the entire movie. Hugh, James Isaac Neutron. And like there was one scene when she looked sad, and I looked at Seth and I was like, "What do you mean her son's always like going to space and stuff?" It took him like a minute to catch what I said.
Because I was really like paying attention to the movie, and then I caught what he said, and it was really funny.
But that was one thing I liked about the movie. It made you want to pay attention. I was interested to see what happened next.
Yeah, because I kept expecting like Michael Keaton to like, I don't know, it to catch up to him, but it never really did.
Yeah, and that's
which I guess is more like real life than a movie.
You wrote this point down. I didn't. The weird tonal shift.
Yeah, it bothered me.
Like, I mean, the whole movie was kind of weird tonally because, like, you didn't want to root for Michael Keaton's character, but at the same time, I mean, you couldn't really...
You love seeing someone win.
Yeah, and you couldn't really... Like, he wasn't the hero of the film, for sure.
Nobody was really the hero. Because, like, what was his name? Dick McDonald. Yeah. He was kind of an asshole, too.
Well, I mean, you can't really blame... He just wanted to... I mean, Michael Keaton was...
But, like, even from the beginning,
defying that contract.
He was kind of like...
Because he got pushed into doing something he didn't want to do.
But I just, like, right when you met him, he just really wasn't, like, the nicest guy.
I guess so. You know, that is true, because he wasn't even giving Michael Keaton the time of day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, like, it was a weird tonal shift at the end. Because, like, it was that same scene where he was looking at himself in the mirror, and he was rehearsing lines for this... weird like fancy dinner or something that he was doing,
and then like he walks away and the camera goes out of focus and it starts playing this really dramatic music.
Yeah, and I'm just like, is he about to like get shot, or is he about to like, is it what movie? There was some weird movie that was like a biopic like that, and it was about somebody who gets killed, like a famous person that gets killed, and like it had that same kind of deal where they walk away and the camera goes out of focus and they walk into a different room. I feel like I
know what you're talking about.
And then you just like hear a gunshot or something. Like, I can't remember what it is.
And then it goes to like.
But that's what I was thinking was gonna. I thought he was gonna walk in that room and he was like gonna get shot or something.
Yeah, and then it starts playing the song and it starts going through what happened to all the other people.
Yeah, and then
goes back to like a weird like eerie song.
Yeah, it shows like pictures of all the people that were in the movie compared to their real people and like what happened afterwards.
And it's playing like some 70s rock song.
Yeah, and then after that happened, the credits start rolling and it's back to the weird dramatic music.
And like there's someone talking, but you can't really understand what they're saying.
It was the actual McDonald guy, and he was talking about like how attracted he was to the McDonald's name, and
yeah,
and then it just was the weird music, and it was just very eerie and strange.
It made me like physically like anticipating something.
God, I wish I could remember what it was where that same kind of deal happened and they got shot. God, I can't remember what it was.
Just like the way like the camera kind of like shifted a little, so it was kind of like out of focus and like it slanted a little.
Maybe it was American Sniper. I think it was something like that.
Point is, it was really out of place and didn't make sense.
Yeah, it was just weird. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like it added something because I think it was meant to show that he's looking in the mirror and he's reflecting on all the bad, horrible, scummy shit he did to those people.
Yeah, you think?
I think he had a self-reflective moment, but I don't think that I mean, of course, they didn't really play on it because the dude in real life probably didn't actually care. They probably added that in there to make him seem more human.
Yeah.
Than the actual guy was, because I'm sure the actual guy was just straight up an asshole who stole a company and made millions of dollars off of it without ever paying royalties to those dudes.
Yeah.
No offense, Mr.
Roymond.
Mr. Raymond.
Crocs.
Yeah, Raymond Kroc. I was about to say Raymond Crotch.
Nice.
Funny. But yeah, it was just an odd movie, but a very good movie.
I liked it.
It
Yeah.
keeps you interested. I was afraid that I wouldn't be, because like normally some biopics and some like documentary style movies are just kind of like, oh, I guess that's happening. It's kind of boring.
We need to watch that other biopic about the porn star.
That's the thing.
Yeah, he was like one of like the first like male porn stars, and he starts like going crazy, and he has to like become a male prostitute to like make a living.
Yeah, you told me.
It looks bonkers. Because my dad was telling me about it. He was like that movie looks crazy.
But yeah, I would definitely suggest this movie to anybody who's interested in that kind of thing. Any other points you want to really like cover?
Hold on, anything I have written down?
His wife's character was, I mean, I say character loosely because they're not really characters. They were real people.
Oh, but she was like barely a character. She was very two-dimensional. She didn't really have much going on.
She was just sad most of the movie.
Yeah.
And that was upsetting.
There's that scene where he kept talking about golden arches, and I thought it was funny. He's like, gotta have golden arches. It's like a church cross. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it that? Is it?
It's going to be America's new church.
I mean, there probably are more McDonald's than there are churches in America.
More than likely. And it probably has higher attendance.
Yikes. You know, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I liked how it splices the old footage and the new footage.
Yeah, like in that first, like the documentary.
Yeah, and then it did it like,
yeah.
and then it did it like at the end.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
I forgot why I did it.
And I want to say I didn't slow it down to make sure that I was serious, or that I was like not crazy. But I want to say like when in that scene where the dude's taking pictures in his office and he's standing next to that picture of the Golden Arches picture and he takes a photo. I want to say when it snapped and it flashed, it showed the actual picture for like a fraction of a second and then it went back to Michael Keaton.
I didn't catch that.
I feel like my eyes saw that, but I could be crazy.
I don't think that happened.
But if so, that'd be really dope.
That would be a really nice touch, but I don't think that happened.
Yeah, I should go check that out and then comment to see if it's real, because I don't feel like going and checking it out.
Well, all right.
Like, comment. Okay, so yeah, let's get to the ratings. I'll go first, as per usual. I give this movie a 9-piece chicken McNugget out of 10 chicken McNuggets.
I give it like an 8 Big Macs out of 10.
Solid.
Oh, I give it like.
It was good. It was a solid film, and
It was kind of boring though. Sometimes I was just like, this is taking a long time.
But like even at the boring points, I was interested.
Yeah, because there was very good directing, very good acting, stuff like that.
Yeah, very good directing. I think that Michael Keaton, him playing that character, was beautiful.
Very, yeah, he was.
He
really
was
good
the
at
right
it.
choice. I don't think anybody could have played that role properly. So yeah,
It's kind of a shorter episode, but I guess
it is.
Our movie Mondays usually run shorter than our normal episodes because they're more structured, I'd say.
So go ahead and give
Give it a watch.
Give it a watch.
If you have a Netflix account.
If you haven't already, you probably should have before we spoiled the entire thing for you. Unless you're into watching spoilers before a film.
Or you just really love our show and we love you.
We do love you. So an old coworker of mine, Emily, if you're watching, little shout out. She actually she came to visit me yesterday at work, and she suggested we watch Shutter Island. So unfortunately, next movie Monday we're gonna be watching. We're gonna watch The Shape of Water.
Oh, yeah.
But after that, we're gonna get to Shutter Island.
What was Shutter
Just
Island?
wanted to let you know. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio, I want to say. It looks really cool. I've always wanted to see it, but I've never seen it.
She also confirmed that Mark Wahlberg was a male prostitute at one point.
Yes. So yeah, don't worry, Emily. We'll get to it. A couple weeks from now. Gotcha.
I want to watch the SpongeBob movie.
We can do that too.
I want to watch the SpongeBob movie.
All right. So
Because Logan's never seen the SpongeBob movie.
because I don't watch SpongeBob.
Because you're a lame.
So just leave a like, a comment, a subscribe if you are new. And yeah,
Michael Keaton, if you watch this,
we
I
love you.
Can we marry you?
Michael Keaton, if you're watching this, like, comment, and also subscribe. But also tell your dad. Your dad might like it. I'm sorry, your dad might be dead. I didn't really consider that.
Oh my god.
Well, he's like
He's a pretty old guy.
He's getting up
He's
there.
like 55, 60.
He's getting up there. But I mean, maybe not. You're a cool dude, Michael Keaton. I like you.
Yeah, I liked you in Harry Potter.
You weren't in Harry Potter.
He wasn't Dumbledore?
I loved you as Batman, and also as the Vulture. And I really want to see the Birdman. We can do a Birdman movie Monday. At some
we
point.
have so many movies to watch.
We do, and so little time.
I mean, not really. Well, now we're doing weekly movie Mondays.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun. They're a good time.
All right, so goodbye, everybody.
Watch Bird. No, we didn't watch The Founder.
Yeah, watch The Founder. We love you.
Subscribe, like, comb your hair,
Do that. Brush your teeth. Go to bed early.
take your pants off.
Get at least 8 hours of sleep. It's healthy.
Honestly, yeah, sleep is very important. It's very eat your breakfast.
Eat McDonald's.
Put the cereal in before you put the milk in.
You know, they didn't even talk about how the Big Mac got created.
You know, they didn't have Ronald McDonald in it either. I kept expecting Ronald McDonald to show
Or
up.
the Hamburglar.
Or Grimace. none of the Happy Meal characters.
Grimace is creepy.
Grimace is weird. It's like a big purple chicken nugget.
Anyways.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.